Uvalde Radio, it's Robert Miguel. Good morning. Happy Friday. Tomorrow, lots of cool stuff going on, including the 2023 Nueces Canyon Hunters Round-Up in Campwood, Texas, an all-day family event. It's going to be at Bruce Park Rodeo Arena over there in Campwood. So if you haven't been to one of these things, Uvalde Radio is always a part of it. We're going to be out there doing some giveaways. I will be your host and MC for the whole day. And not only do you got cornhole and like washer tournaments, you're going to have barbecue cook-offs. There's going to be all kinds of fun and games, live music with the Hampton Connection, which is a Campwood, Texas favorite. And then we got kind of more of a regional out-of-towner coming through. A gentleman by the name of Bubba Westly performing, I believe, at night for a like street dance or a barn dance. We're going to get more details about that because right here with me on the phone, Bubba Westly. What's going on?
What's up, Robert? How's it going, my dude?
I am good, man. Thank you for taking a minute to check in and give us some details about what's going on tomorrow, Saturday night in Campwood. So you're out there on the road with what you're calling a pool halls, dives, and a hole in the walls tour 2023. And anybody who's been in Campwood, as much as we love them, that is a hole in the wall. So the whole city. So we're excited to have you out. I can't say in Uvalde County because you're just barely outside of Uvalde. But in Nueces Canyon, it's always a good time for their Hunters Roundup. How'd you get suckered into this gig, man? Give me the backstory.
Okay, so I know a few people that are on the board for the Nueces Canyon Hunters Roundup.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a small town on the coast of by Matagorda Bay, and it's a little small town called Bowling, Texas. So when you're talking about hole in the walls, I grew up in a hole in the wall. And so I'm friends with somebody I grew up with, their kids, and so they invited me out. You know, I've been touring probably close to 10 years now doing this, and I'm excited to be there because I actually go hunting on the outskirts of Campwood from time to time, and so I'm excited to be out there, and I'm semi-familiar with the area, so hopefully I get to see some people that I've known, you know, just from the hunters in the area and the people that own some property around the area. So I'm excited to be back in Campwood.
So you might catch up with some family and friends, and at the very least, man, you kind of get a jump on hunting season. So are you a bit of an outdoorsman yourself? You're into hunting? Give us your story there.
Man, I'm a fisher. I'm a fisherman for sure by heart. I grew up, you know, saltwater fishing, Matagorda Bay area. My wife is from Brenham, and she dragged me up to Brenham, Texas. And so Lake Somerville is right out on the outskirts and kind of our backyard. So now I'm a lake guy, but it's like night and day fishing from saltwater. So I have to say I'm more of a fisherman than I am a hunter, but an outdoorsman, absolutely 1,000%.
Fantastic. Now, from what I understand, you'll be headlining the free dance from 9 to midnight at the Hunters Roundup. Give me as much details. I know you're from out of town, so you're probably just going to show up and get told what to do when you get there. But give me as many details as you personally know about the show tomorrow, Saturday night at Hunters Roundup.
So I believe we'll be in the rodeo arena. At least that's what I read on our contacts, drop. My tour manager sends me an email and tells me this is where we're at and this is what we're doing. So my email and my contact said that we were going to be at the rodeo arena. So we'll be there from 9 to 12. We're setting up earlier in the daytime, and we're going to be kind of mingling with everybody in the crowd. I know we're bringing one of my film crew guys, so hopefully we get to catch up with some lucky people there in Campwood and just kind of see and talk to the patrons and the locals about what makes Campwood so special to them.
Well, it is a special place. A lot of great people out there. I'm looking at the schedule right now. It says 7:30 to 9, the Hampton Connection, and then 9 to midnight, Bubba Westly Band. So you're bringing the band. You got a full outfit, or is it going to be more of a scaled back thing?
Oh, no. It's going to be the whole 9 yards. We're going to bring the band will be there. Some guys that actually, it's funny because when this popped up on our calendars, I had a few of the guys are like, where's Campwood, Texas? So I'm excited to be there because I've been there, several times. But to see the guys in a new area, man, they're pretty excited. We're all excited. I'm excited to be part of this event.
Now, tell me about the band. Are these guys, is it a permanent Bubba Westly Band? Or are they more like hired guns? How do you handle the full band gigs?
Man, that's a good question. It's kind of, so two of the, I guess, with crew members, everybody's permanent right now. We are with the hired gun bass player, but everybody else has been permanent for years. So And it's just something about bass players. It is, I don't know if it's the state of Texas thing or if it's a thing throughout the United States musicians, but they're just hard to keep. You know, it's kind of like Pokemon or baseball cards. They always want to get traded, but they think their value goes up, and then you got to find somebody else. That's how that game goes as far as bass players. But everybody else, man, has been with me for 3+ years. My tour manager's been with me almost 7 years now. So it's just been gig after gig and just trucking along like everybody else, man. This is what we do full time. This is our job. So it's kind of funny, we get a lot of people. The word around the Houston area is for cover bands and stuff, they're called hobbyists. So we're not hobbyists, we're professionals. So we're excited to be out there.
Fantastic. All right, we got Bubba Westly on the phone. He's performing, headlining tomorrow, Saturday night, at the 2023 Nueces Canyon Hunters Round-Up. It's going to be at the Bruce Park Arena in the big old barn, so be sure and get out there for some live music. It's going to be a free show, apparently. And Bubba, I checked out your website. I didn't have a lot of time because we kind of did this thing last minute, but from what I understand, you got a full-length record out. You got a brand new single, which I'm going to play when we're done talking. And the quick of what I got on your bio was, you're raised in the church, you know some gospel, maybe did some Christian rock even, and you played some baseball. Go ahead and give me a more detailed account of your biography, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. So I grew up a baseball player. I played all kinds of sports, and but baseball was one that got me out of Bowling, Texas. That's where I graduated high school, Bowling High School, and went and played some college ball in Hill County, junior college, and then I had an offer to transfer to Lubbock, and I did, and unfortunately my musical playing days started in the Lubbock music scene, and I kind of just put baseball to the side and fell in love with music, man, like no other. So grew up in the whole, what they call the blue light district there in Lubbock, playing music, touring around Lubbock area. Then I moved back home. Actually, I moved to Texas State to attempt to get my master's. That didn't work out too well. But that's about the time that I really started music and really started touring. And music has just kind of always been in my family. My grandfather was a very known Tejano musician back in the day. And so it's kind of funny because I didn't grow up. I grew up in that household. My grandpa raised me. He's like my dad. But he didn't teach me the whole Tejano thing. I didn't get the Tejano bug. Instead, he taught me guitar, and I fell in love with country music, and that's been kind of where I grew up. I'm definitely more on the rock side of country.
Yeah.
But rock and country have definitely been my roots. And even though Tejano was kind of what I was raised on. So music's always been in my blood, man, and I'm glad to be continuing a career that my grandfather taught me and put me in.
Now, for someone who's never heard your music before, say you're introducing yourself, who would you say that who would you say your sound is comparable to? Something that somebody could kind of easily understand.
So I grew up south of Houston, the Houston area, and so there's a little thing that if you ever listen to Leonard Skinner or that Nature 38 special, they call it swamp rock. I have to say we're a little more comparable to what they call swamp rock, because every time you hear a song of mine, it's just going to make you want to tap your foot and stomp your foot. And so we call it, Texas stomp rock. It's kind of what I like to explain it to everybody. It's just southern rock music with a stomp and feel with a little bit of country twang mixed in.
Fantastic. Again, we're talking to Bubba Westly. He's playing tomorrow, Saturday night, for the Nueces Canyon Hunters Round-Up in Campwood, Texas. It's a free show at the Bruce Park Arena. And Bubba, let's talk about what you've already got out there. Everybody's got a Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Tell us how many records you got out there that we can digest, and what's the best place to find them?
Spotify, Apple Music is the best place. Anywhere you can legally stream and download music, you can find all my music. AMI, Touchstone Jukeboxes. I got 3 records out. My favorite record has to be my Cashing Out record, but I think I have a brand new record coming out on November 17th, and I believe this is going to be my favorite record I've ever produced and ever put out. I'm excited. I got to work with some amazing people, Stormy Cooper Media out of Houston, some amazing musicians that were on this record that I got to work with, people from like Alan Huff, who's the keyboard player for Roger Creager.
Wow.
One of my best friends, Darius Ross, he's the drummer for Dylan Wheeler. Will Braun, He's on this record. So, man, I got to work with some amazing producers, amazing artists, and I'm excited to have this out, man. This is going to be, and has been, just listening to the masters that we got done with Terra Nova. This is definitely one of my favorite records I've ever released.
So, again, that's going to be new music November 17th. Do you have a title for the record yet?
The title track of the album is called Bad Bad Boy. That's the first song on the record. It's just a feel-good, foot-stomping song, man, with a very, very country twang to it. It's just one of those songs, like I said, that just makes you want to get up, dance, and tap your feet. So
that's what the album's called, Bad Bad Boy. That's fantastic.
Bad Boy.
Fantastic. Oh, yeah. All right, man. So, again, we got Bubba Westly here. He's playing tomorrow night in Campwood. If you need details, find our Facebook page, find Uvalde Radio, and get all the details. Now, from what I understand, the current single is called Trippy. Tell me about this. We'll get it on, and then we'll get the final plug. So tell me about the song Trippy.
So in my household, my wife and I, we've never been one of those couples that see eye to eye on politics. And I'm sure there's a lot of those out there in the world. And so we sat down one night and we're just discussing our views, and she said, you really need to put this in a song. So my wife and I sat down and we wrote this song together because we figured, with the way the world is today, quote unquote, we wanted to find a happy medium, a bridge that could bridge people together. And we put all of that in this song. We put our feelings in the song. We put our heart and soul in the song. We put about everything we feel that should be just in this country into this song. And, the response and the feedback we've been getting from radio program directors to musicians, man, it's just been such positivity. I can't even tell you if we've ever received one bad comment or, one bad message about Trippy so far. And that was kind of one of the things we decided not to do a music video for this song, just because we didn't want somebody taking it the wrong way. We wanted everybody to accept this song in their own way, regardless of political beliefs.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't have sat down and wrote it with a better person. My wife's an amazing person and just has an amazing heart and soul. And so when we sat down together and I saw, tears in her eyes when we were writing this, I said, okay, this is the right thing we're doing. This is exactly what needs to be done right now. And so we released it at a time that I think is critical in the United States, and we released a song that we feel everybody can respect at the end of the day across the board. And so that's what we attempted to do our best on, and that's what Trippy speaks about. And that's what Trippy is about.
Awesome, man. We're going to get it on right now. Bubba, before we let you go, give us the website, social media, all the ways to find you online.
Absolutely, man. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias / Bubba Westly, BUBBA Westly, WESTLY. For some reason, if you don't spell Wesley right on Google, it pops up Bubba Sparks, and I don't sing booty rocking everywhere. So you got to spell Bubba Westly right.
At least not yet, you don't. All right, well, again, that's Bubba Westly here. Let's check out his new song. It's called Trippy, and don't miss the show tomorrow, Saturday night, over in Campwood at the 2023 Nueces Canyon Hunters Round-Up. Bubba Westly Band on from 9 till about midnight. It's going to be a great time. So, Bubba, thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you so much, Robert.
All right, check it out. This is Trippy. This is Uvalde Radio.
People think